Hello, welcome into the stream. It's a little bit early today, I know. And I wanted to stream for a bit longer today. I did kind of want to stream yesterday, but it never ended up coming to fruition for the whole day. So I thought I'd get up this morning, make some coffee, and then and then have a look at doing a bit more streaming today. So whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching it, what's the word? Live or not live. Welcome in. So what am I doing today? I'm going to continue on today what I was doing yesterday, which was super interesting. Really enjoying it. Getting to visit some places as well at the same time, and picking up a few bits and bobs along the way. So so that was the interesting part of it. So what was I doing yesterday? I was visiting all the inner bases, which were telling the story about the mycoid virus and how the Thargoids, the first Thargoid war was won. And the information that you get from these audio logs is pretty interesting. Now, just talking quickly about the Thargoids, when everybody just assumes the Thargoids mean something bad. Everybody assumes that the Thargoids are an aggressive force, shall we say. And me and my personality don't always look at the world in that way. We always look at something that is bad that happens to us. We always think it's an aggression from somewhere else. We always assume that it's an aggression. And for me, I always want to know why has that aggression happened? Because is it something I've done or we've done that's caused that aggression to come? And one of the first things I noticed when I started first playing around with the Thargoids is I was realizing that unless I did anything aggressive towards them, they were not interested in anything that I did. They would just watch me fly away, whatever. As long as I didn't do anything directly to them. I could even steal stuff from in front of them at times, and they never reacted to me. And then people have said, "Oh, feed them meta alloys," which I still haven't done yet. But apparently, if you drop meta alloys, you can have them follow you around. And I was thinking, this is like an animal. This is how an animal acts. You know, if a dog has a bone and you leave him alone, the dog's going to sit there and chew on his bone, do his own thing. He's not going to be bothered with you being there. But if you try and take his bone, he's going to bite. And then it's got me thinking about the fact that Thargoids have only attacked bases. They haven't destroyed them. They definitely have the firepower. They definitely have the ability to do this, but they don't do it. The other thing is the hyperspace travel that they have. In theory, if they are traveling to somewhere in the bubble, for example, let's say they wanted to go to Sol, they can drop in on Sol immediately. They don't need to be making their way kind of up and through the bubble. So why are they doing this? Why is there a path going from the Pleiades section all the way into the bubble? Shut up. My thoughts are that they are showing us. Shut up. Can't be a part of this, I'm afraid, mate. They're showing us a path. And they're going to go right to the people that are responsible for unleashing the mycoid virus on what could have possibly been a race that had no serious intentions against the human race. And that's kind of where I am with the story so far from these audio logs. Now, I might be right, I might be wrong, I don't know. But this is how I feel from reading these, listening to these audio logs. So I'm going to continue this today, and I'm just going to get some details. So I'm in HIP 15329. HIP 15329. So I'm looking for the next one. Okay, so that was that one. Now there's not many bases to go. I think there's maybe 3 more of these, and then I'm going to do some other planetary bases. So I do have an X stop. So we're going to go into the galaxy map. I'm going to put that in there. And this is actually going to pass through a Thargoid sector. So that's interesting, because what I will be able to do is, if I see any unidentified signal sources and I see that it's a Thargoid, I'm going to drop in on them and show you how they act around a benevolent ship or a benevolent force. So we're at Stuart's Retreat. You just have to give me a second while I get my coordinates. I'm using this fantastic... I'll actually show you here because I can do it. I'm going to just drag it up onto the screen here. I'm using this amazing app. It's called E.D.I.S.O.N. It runs a bit like EDD bearings. So for any of you who've tried to land on a planet with the bearings, you know, the longitude and latitude, and have no idea what the hell you're doing, this app is amazing. It fills in all the blanks for you. So what we're doing is we're filling in the longitude and latitude here. What's the other one? 61.87. 0.87. And then you can see there's a planet radius. When you arrive in the system, you look at the planet you want to land on, you put the radius in there. Then you can, as you arrive to the planet, you click update position and then start navigation. And it will lead you right to the spot. It is amazing. If only FDev could put it in themselves, but they can't. Everything has to be difficult in this game, and super difficult to kind of sort out. So off we go. First one. Now, if you're enjoying the stream, even if you're not watching it live, you're watching it back over, please click that like button. Let's get some people over here watching it with us. You can drop by and say hello in the chat if you want to drop by and say hello in the chat. Gonna get rid of that just for the moment. Nobody needs to see it. And so yeah, in these bases, I've been collecting kind of these discovered logs here. And there's even like a whistleblower. I'm not going to play them all out. I'll play this whistleblower one just so you can get an idea of what's been going on. So someone needs to show the galaxy what the Inner really is. Well, Inner reminds me of the industrial military complex of space. That's what it seems it could be. Mix its science with war, have a constant war against somebody, whether it be the Guardians, the Thargoids, going on somewhere. And that just makes them super rich. And they can always have houses, you know, or a planet somewhere out in Colonia where nobody's going to bother them for the time being, because they don't think about the future or anything. You know, let everybody else die. We'll live in our nice little safe spots somewhere in the middle of nowhere. So it's kind of where I'm up to. But I've really been enjoying it. Really enjoying it. So oh, hang on a minute. I bet you didn't hear that. Why is that clicked over like that? Right, I've just realised that I've actually got a problem with my sound. I know what the problem is, but it means I have to stop the stream for 3 or 4 seconds. So just bear with me while I cut the stream. Okay, that should have come back pretty fast. So now at least you can hear the nice music and you actually hear the thing. So I'm going to play that log one last time for you, because otherwise it might make no sense what I was talking about. 'Cause otherwise it might make no sense what I was talking about. 'Cause otherwise it might make no sense what I was talking about. 'Cause otherwise it might make no sense what I was talking about. 'Cause otherwise it might make no sense what I was talking about. 'Cause otherwise it might make no sense what I was talking about. 'Cause otherwise it might make no sense what I was talking about. 'Cause otherwise it might make no sense what I was talking about. 'Cause otherwise it might make no sense what I was talking about. 'Cause otherwise it might make no sense what I was talking about. 'Cause otherwise it might make no sense what I was talking about. 'Cause otherwise it might make no sense what I was talking about. 'Cause otherwise it might make no sense what I was talking about. 'Cause otherwise it might make no sense what I was talking about. 'Cause otherwise it might make no sense what I was talking about. 'Cause otherwise it might make no sense what I was talking about. 'Cause otherwise it might make no sense what I was talking
Once they realize I'm gone and the data's been copied, they'll send their attack dogs after me. I know they will. But someone needs to show the galaxy what the INRA really is. What it's doing. What it's hiding.
Yeah. Yeah, so we know these people are up to no good. In one way or another. So, what I'm going to do here is... This is the place that's had an attack on it, I think. I think it's this one. Yeah. So this base is in... is building back up. So there's a very good chance we might find a Thargoid here. So I'm just going to set a bit of a route here. And then I'm going to see if USS drops in. Because if it does, it's a very good chance that it'll be Thargoids. But I'm not sure if they've actually moved on. And they're not even hanging around this area. I was reading something on Galnet, I think it was yesterday. Let me just check. It might have been Galnet. Oh no, it was saying Thargoid sites go quiet, not the Thargoids. So maybe I misread it. But there's a very good chance that. Well, actually, I'll lock it as Wendock. And once we're in alignment, we might find something. If nothing drops in, then at least we know they've moved on and whatnot, and I'll have to maybe have a look at them another time. But as I say, every interaction I have with Thargoids is generally... There we go. No, that might be one. No, that's degraded missions, so it's alright. I could collect something from there, but just going to keep going. But there is every chance that they've moved on, so... Yeah, they probably have. They used to drop in much more often than this. So, I'll give it maybe half a minute more and. Okay, so Windock's approaching, and there's nothing dropping in. Normally, you would definitely have something dropping in by now. So, so it seems like maybe they have actually moved on, which is a bit of a shame, really. But we can continue on our journey. Hey, Simon, how's it going? Thanks for dropping by the stream. Are you in game, or are you just watching the stream today? What are you up to? Okay, so just while I scoop this one, I think this is the system. Yeah. So where am I going here? I am going to planet A3C. A3.
Warning, temperature critical. Fuel scooping complete.
And we're going to head towards this planet. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to drop the top of this in here. Are you still making a bit of money, are you? Update position. There we go. Oh yeah, but you could go do something else. If you've got a Type 9, you can go do something somewhere else. Seriously, I don't know whether you'll get the same money because I don't know. I've never been to Sothis myself. I always try and I'm not knocking anybody else for doing it, but when there's like a gold rush or there's a really good place that everybody else goes to, I generally try and look at the parameters of it and find my own place. And so I've never been to Sothis or anything, but depending on how much you make in an hour, you might be able to do that in a Type 9 somewhere else. But what you could also do is stay in Sothis, just make a shed load more money, and then let yourself be a bit freer later on in the game. And with a Type 9, you're really going to need those 256 racks, which are not cheap. I think it's 256, 252, can't remember. The 8 rack. And those babies don't come cheap. They don't come cheap at all. Well, why am I pulling back already? Getting scared these days of overshooting it. Don't want to do it live on stream. I love my Type 9. I don't use it very often because I don't really like doing the trade runs or anything, but I was thinking of taking it out into the black, as daft as that sounds, and just mining some pristine planets somewhere out in the black, doing a bit of scanning and mining. Okay, so one thing I did forget to do is I want to check out the details of this planet. It's got a 1,334 kilometer radius, which again, if I just pull this up for a second, see the radius? You have to put it in there, so 1,334. That needs to go in there. I'll update my position one more time. Now, I'm just gonna knock that down a little bit again because I don't want it, or at least if I come out of the screen and maybe see how it looks. It's a bit what about if I shrink the real one? Just give us a second to play around with this. I've never really played. Oh no, doesn't really work. Ah, that'll work. Okay. Just gonna stick this up here, and then you'll see how it works. Did I say passenger missions? I meant wing trade, Simon. Sorry, I always mix the bloody two up because they're the same thing. You can do passenger missions in a Type 9. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can. It would be like the space equivalent of EasyJet, but you could do it. I really don't know how much you need though. You just need to get one of these ships where you can pack it full of. You can do it with economy cabins, and then pretty much do it like you would a trade mission. Not too dissimilar. But the wing trade missions are really good. They take a few runs, but if you can find somewhere with an A to B that's so small, you can be running stuff backwards and forwards, and maybe you have to do it in like 7 runs and you'll get 12 million or something like that. Maybe even more, I don't know, as you raise the bar. Okay. So, I mean, you can start doing passenger missions with just an Orca, which isn't going to cost you that much to buy and kit out. It depends how you want to do the passenger missions, because you've got you've got two types. You've got the what is essentially a trade mission, which is trading passengers from one place to another. Not trading them, but send them from one place to another. Bulk passenger missions. And then you've got specific ones that go out and discover places. And these don't really... They don't pay well. You've really got to be wanting to go out and explore. So I like them because they kind of mix exploration with other things, but then you've got to be careful about the passengers you take because people might be after them and stuff like this. But yeah, the orca is probably the best one to start with. I think it's the orca first, then the dolphin, and then the beluga. Okay, so we're coming in slowly on this thing, and then when we arrive in the upper atmosphere, as soon as I see the widget for the heading come up just above my target point, I will then start the navigation, and it will tell me exactly where I need to go, which angle I need to pitch down. It tells me everything. It's an amazing little thing, this Edison. I'm really enjoying it. It's dropped me on my point every time but one, and I found it within seconds, even though I didn't drop in on it. So I genuinely cannot thank this thing enough. So you get your thing level with the blue line there, because as you touch the blue line, you're going to start coming into orbit. So I'll get Edison ready for that. You press update position and then start navigation. So now I'm in orbital flight. It's telling me where to go. It's saying to turn. So now it's saying go to 84, 87, oops, 89, 87. It's not easy to do this at the beginning, but you kind of get used to it eventually. 79, 76. So once you kind of get it lined up, 74. So actually sometimes it's a bit difficult to keep it in line, but you can do it. So we're getting there eventually. Whoa. Okay, so we're dropping in. So normally it tells you the angle of attack and stuff like that, but I'm gonna try and just 72 now. Try and make my way towards it. I might drop in a little bit before, but I can always boost to it. Okay, so it's pitched down to 39-degree angle. And there you can see the base right there. I think that's it, as I dropped in. Oh no, I'm a little bit off here. Unless I've dropped right in on top of it. Let me just update my position. So I'm 1 kilometer out. I'm just gonna go. Is it 211? Wait. 210. I might want to put my headlights on here.
Turn right heading to 1 mile. Distance to target 1 kilometer. Distance to target 1 kilometer. Distance to target 510 meters.
215. Am I right on top of it or something? Or is this the first one that's ever failed? I don't think it's failed. I think it's just me. I think
Turn right heading to 16.
216.
Target 185 meters.
I'm just wondering if I'm not seeing it.
Turn right heading to 16. Distance to target 180 meters.
Oh, it's
Distance to target 90 meters.
yeah, this is a bit strange that I'm not seeing it. Hang on. I don't think I've put the longitude and latitude in incorrectly. I don't think.
Turn right heading 039.
Let's have a look.
Target 142 meters.
Sorry, Dolphin and the Beluga. Thanks for letting me know. It's really strange. Like I said, every time it's dropped me right in, and now it's kind of, I can't see it at all. Just give me a second. Just check my.
Heading 039. Distance to target 142 meters. Turn right heading 039. Distance to target 142 meters.
I'll just make sure I'm on the right planet. Actually, that might. Just I thought there. Why hasn't it dropped in on it? Right. No, I'm in A3C. Let's make sure my coordinates are right. Ah, that's why. One of my coordinates is wrong. In fact, my coordinates are totally wrong. Why are my coordinates wrong? Oh no, they're not. Hang on. 16824. 16824. No, they're not. Okay, I know why. I am on the wrong planet. I knew it was. It wasn't. I knew it wasn't the. I knew it wasn't the app. That's the planet I'm supposed to be on. Facepalm, but it doesn't matter. It's all good. Right, now while I'm boosting away, I just want to get the details of that planet. 1238 radius. So I'll put the radius in there. 1238. I'll update my position for the time being.
Shift drive charging. 4, 3,
And sorry, I didn't say welcome in there. Welcome in, Commander Wolfbane. Yeah, take two as my plan. I don't know. I was looking at a different planet on the list of planets that I've got. I wasn't looking at the correct one, so a bit of a doily maneuver, but never mind. I'm sure I'll get over it. But at least the program's taking me exactly to where I want to be. At least I know that part of it's working, and it does actually work down to a T. Now, yesterday I dropped in somewhere and I hadn't updated the kind of the flight. If you've got time, it's good to flick out and update the flight plan if possible. Sorry, not update the flight plan, update your position if possible. It just makes it a little bit more accurate. As soon as I pressed that, I don't know, I was 100, not 100, about 10 kilometers out, and I was actually on the wrong side of a mountain range. So it took like about 30 seconds, and I was there. So okay, so this is actually the planet that we're heading to. This time I'm going to make a note so I know that I'm actually heading to the right one. Searching HGEs. What's HGE an abbreviation for? My brain is not working today. It's a Sunday. It's early for me. For me. What did I come out for? Yeah, I want to write down the name of this. A2F, okay. Right, off we go. Trying to even think what a HG is. Ah, right, okay. Have you done alright? I've been dropping into a ton of high-graded emissions. Well, not a ton, but the RNG the last couple of days has been really nice to me when I'm dropping in on USS. Trying to think where I did best. I know I was, well, it probably doesn't help, but I know I was around Sol for part of it. But I was dropping on high grade, low grade. I was dropping it on pretty much everything, but I wasn't running into many dispersal patterns and stuff like that. I've run into a couple, but what's the best way to find them, actually? Just trying to think of... Okay, well, from what I'm reading here, there's somebody saying that, where is it? Independent systems in a boom state should bring more of them. I didn't know about the independent. I knew in the boom state, but I didn't know about independent states. Keep your speed under 100 Cs or 25%. Actually, I can't stress that enough. Whenever you're doing any of the all right, so you've said so you know about that. Okay, yeah, search slowly, because I didn't realize that the slower you go, the more you hit, to be honest, because obviously it's a time rendered thing, I'm guessing. Okay, well, I won't teach you how to suck eggs then. It is a grind, isn't it, though? Oh, God, this goes. Some days. Some days. I also like how it forgets stuff. What did I do the other day? I was in... Well, not the other day, about a week ago. I was in E.D.I.S.O.N, pinned my scanner blueprint so I could go out collecting mats for it. It was there for the first couple of days, and now it's disappeared, and I certainly haven't unpinned it, but it's not there. Gotta love this game. So now I have to, at some point, but I can't be asked, go back to E.D.I.S.O.N and pin it again. Okay, so here we go. Let's drop in on this one. And fingers crossed this is the right planet. So A2F. I need to make sure this is A2F when it scans. A2F. Okay, now we're on the right path. Let's settle down on here. So yeah, well, and we'll get these messages and see how things are. Okay, we'll make the turn towards a planet. Slow right down. Oh, I like the shape of this one. It's a bit wobbly. It's not fully potatoed, but it's definitely in the farmer's field.
Turn right heading 356. Distance to target 2419 kilometers.
Orbital flight engaged.
Turn right heading 007. Distance to target 2791 kilometers. Distance to target 2400 kilometers. Distance to target 2110 kilometers. Distance to target 1859 kilometers. Distance to target 1641 kilometers.
It's not quite going down as fast as I would like it. That
Distance to target 1478 kilometers.
so that's why I came above the blue line there.
Distance to target 1244 kilometers. Distance to target 862 kilometers.
Okay, so we can kind of nose down now because it's telling me to descend. So wait.
Left heading 002. Distance to target 149 kilometers.
Did I pass it by accident? I think I did, didn't I?
Turn left heading 149. Distance to target 207 kilometers. Turn left heading 112. Distance to target 215 kilometers. Distance to target 165 kilometers.
So just as I drop out of cruise, I'll update it.
Turn left heading 112. Distance to target 142 kilometers.
Oops. Oh, I think I'm going to drop in.
Kilometers.
I might drop in a little bit far away. Damn it. Well, it just means a bit of boosty woosty. Oh, you're telling me, but this app is amazing. This time I've not done so well dropping in. Normally I drop in right on top of it, but
Target 99 kilometers.
I mean they need to implement something within the game to kind of help with this, because in my opinion it's ridiculous. The longitude, having to follow the longitude and latitude all the time. Is that it on the blooming? That can't be it. That looks a bit too big. I think I'm just seeing a mountain. It makes you feeling better. My engines on this are a little bit crappy, so it takes me a while to...
Target 91 kilometers.
I'm not a huge fan of the boosters on this ship. They,
Target 85 kilometers.
I just can't get enough of a thrust on it when I need to cover enough ground, and I hate sitting like this. Now, there's people say, "Oh well, you can go out and back in again," but it's by the time I do that, I might as well have just boosted this way. It's a nice ice body though, all that white.
Target 76 kilometers.
The only thing you've got going in your favour there, Wolfbane, is you can get VR cheaper on the PS4, and this game in VR.
Target 71 kilometers. Target 68 kilometers.
Maybe if I get some altitude, it'll boost a bit faster.
Target 65 kilometers. Target 63 kilometers.
Let's try to go to 10 kilometers.
61 kilometers. Target 59 kilometers.
I'm just thinking 59 kilometers is absolutely nothing. You can't tell me that thousands upon thousands of years into the future they can't put thrusters on a rocket. This is slower than a car.
Target 50.
Exactly, exactly. But I thought ED does work in VR on the PlayStation. I don't know why I thought it did. Well, I promise you, every time I drop in, it's not like this. This is the first time I've dropped in this far out. We'll get there, though.
Target 45 kilometers.
Is that true? Because I kind of... As far as I'm aware, ED doesn't take up a huge amount of graphical resource. On my computer it doesn't, so I can't imagine why... I'm sure it should be able to run on the PS4. Okay, I think I can see the base now.
Target 33 kilometers.
I'll just boost and update one more time.
Target 50 kilometers. Target 27 kilometers.
I mean, per boost to move 2 kilometers is pretty shocking.
Target 24 kilometers.
Right, okay.
Target 21 kilometers.
And there we go. There it is. If I'd have dropped in correctly,
Target 13 meters.
I'd have seen it straight up, but never mind. We're here.
Target 15 meters. Distance to target 7.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a good job I didn't invest in it, actually. I was considering investing in the,
Distance to
Okay, so I'm going to put my, landing gear down. I'm going to, take off the program, stop it navigating so she doesn't keep rabbit in my ear. So I'll look for the entrance. Okay, there it is. So I'm really excited for this. Oh look, there's been mycoid spread all over the ground there. You can see where it's eating away at the surface. I've been itching all morning to get onto the trailer the rest of this story. It's really, really good. It's a shame there's not a few more stories within game. Oh, well, there's one. Apparently I blew a scarab up. Don't remember that. It's a good job on you. Yeah, I've said it's unfortunate that's the only thing about VR, Simon, is you can't watch it as a passive viewer. You have to be able to. I mean, it will. I'm sure there's a way to do it. You'd have to put some stabilizing stuff on your stream to stabilize the image. But you don't know what my eyes are looking at, and so VR requires a lot of head movement in order to. For the person who's using it to concentrate on it. So yeah, I wouldn't watch it for more than a few minutes, or unless you're watching a YouTuber who specifically understands how it works and therefore kind of adjusts how they play the game to kind of help the viewer a little bit. But yeah, impossible. I mean, you can get a feel of it when I'm doing this. You can get a feel of it because you don't know. My eyes are training on what I want to look at. And yours aren't, so you know you're trying to work out what you're looking at, whereas I know what I'm looking at. So there's a big problem there for anybody who wants to stream in VR. Oh, we got some goodies here. Don't mind if I do. Right, let's have a look. Scan that comms link. Okay, we've got another comms link there. We've got a couple of bits and bobs here as well. Conductive components. That one I'm sure I've just scanned it. I'm sure that's the one I scanned before. I'll double check it. Oh no, okay. I know it's a bit silly, isn't it? Nothing. I don't try and explain this game. I really don't. I truly think the lunatics took over the asylum when this game got given the go-ahead. There's the mycoid virus eating away at the ground there. So it's going to be interesting to find out what's been happening there. It's quite a big base, this one, actually. I've seen the data stick, just so you know. Just kind of doing a bit of a whirly whirl around. I think that's the one I just scanned, yep. Oh, hang on. That's not the one I was looking at, though. Yeah, I've done that one. Okay. Scanning data point. Yeah, I've done that one, haven't I? Okay, let's just check. See what we have here. Got some specialized legacy firmware and unusual encrypted files, so not a bad pickup. Let's check the log. So, watching the sky, and it looks like we've got all parts, so let's just take the atmospheric music down a little bit.
Everything is in place. If the Thargoids take the bait, this facility should come under attack very soon. And when it does, we'll find out if our new weapons are worth a damn. It's taken a lot of time and effort to make this place look like an important military site. I just hope they fall for it. It's about time we started fighting back. Everyone's on edge. It's like seeing an approaching storm and waiting for it to break. The air is heavy with the threat of violence. Maybe they didn't take the bait. Maybe we hid it too well, or maybe we didn't hide it well enough. What if they realize this is a trap? I suppose it's too late to worry about that now. All we can do is watch the sky and wait.
Contact confirmed. Thargoids 1,000 light seconds from sight and closing. Ready all weapon systems and prepare to fire on my order. We've only got one shot at this and I don't want to miss. Wait. What is that? That's not a regular Thargoid ship. It's huge. Will somebody scan that thing? And tell Command we've got a mothership here. And get them the data as soon as possible. All right. That's close enough. Fire all batteries!
Test unsuccessful. Target suffered minimal damage. Site lost. All operatives lost.
Okay, so that's obviously the log when they came into contact with the the first Thargoid mothership. And apparently it didn't go very well for them. I still don't like the way that they were saying, you know, like, I hope the Thargoids have taken the bait and stuff like that. You bait... It's, the use of the wordage, again, is... For me... This is for me. It says that we were trying to get them to come into our space, so... Interesting. I'm going to take that one down. Definitely interesting. Right, let's have a look at the next one then. So I'm in that one at the moment, so I'm going to go to the next one. If there's a next one. Yes, there is. Oh, this is double the fun, this one, apparently. So we'll go. Oh, I knew it would start this. Right, I have to log out and back in again because this game can't do anything correctly. Absolutely ridiculous. If anybody wants a list of the inner bases, I will be putting them in the show notes at some point. So if you want to do this journey yourself, you'll be able to do it as well. Right. Okay, just going to put the details in. Well, this one's going to be a bit easier to find, apparently. Wrong button. Right, okay, let's head off to this one. Let's head to the next one. So there's actually 2 stop-offs in this next place, so this is going to be interesting. And this one should be easy because it's the first planet. So we're heading straight for this one, no messing about. I do want to see the details of it. 861 kilometers across. See if we can make a softer landing and approach here. An easier landing and approach, should I say. It's quite a small planet, this one, so it shouldn't be so difficult to navigate. It's a nice gas giant there. Oops. Bit of ice on this planet, actually.
Distance to target 1434 kilometers.
Orbital flight engaged.
Turn right heading to forward 5. Distance to target 888 kilometers. Clear to descent. Turn left heading to forward 2. Maintain 802 for descent. Distance to target 454 kilometers. Distance to target 300 kilometers. Distance to target 242 kilometers. Distance to target 213 kilometers.
I'm not going to be making that mistake again and dropping out.
Distance to target 185 kilometers. Distance to target 136 kilometers.
Okay.
Maintain 836 for descent. Distance to target 85 kilometers. Maintain 836 for descent. Distance to target 64 kilometers.
I need to go to 36. Oh, 238, sorry.
Turn right heading 239. Maintain 237 for descent.
37 descent.
Maintain 236 for descent.
And there we go.
34 kilometers.
Straight in on top of it.
Target 6 kilometers.
That's what I'm saying, like, you just... this app just makes it so much easier to drop in on these places. It's amazing. I like that this one's actually in kind of a canyon. It's going to make for a pretty good view when we land. Look at the mycoid, it's everywhere here. So this was obviously attacked, this one, because the mycoid is absolutely everywhere on the floor, on the ground, sorry. So we know that this was attacked for sure. It's just absolutely everywhere. So let's get down there and have a closer look. Look at the size of these canyon walls. Truly amazing. Look at the size of them. A real sense of height. Right, so it's saying unsuitable terrain at the moment, but it always says unsuitable terrain. Right, look at this. Now this is organic material, whatever this is. It looks Thargoid actually. I'm just gonna jump out of the SRV. Look at that. That is Thargoid. So they've lured the Thargoids here and then I'm guessing gassed them or something. But there's definitely something iffy about this more Thargoid material there. That's all definitely Thargoid stuff. Well, what a place to put something to collect. I've never said no to a challenge. Did I get it? Oh. Whoops, a daisy. Got it. So you can see there's mycoid all over the floor here. So they definitely, there was definitely something where they've lured the Thargoids into the base. Let's go have a look around the central base. Sure, I scanned that one, didn't I? Yep. Okay. Let's have a data point around here. Classified scan data banks and a living specimen. Okay, this goes in with what I just saw.
Always the same results. I keep telling them, there's only so much we can do with the samples we've been given. We need a living specimen. Apparently, they listened to me. We've been asked to build some testing apparatus in a secure enclosure. I drew up a preliminary specification, but was told the enclosure needed to be more robust. These creatures must be tremendously strong. The specimen arrived today. The security reports indicate that it made several escape attempts, the most recent of which resulting in a number of deaths. We must take every precaution. The specimen appears to be in poor physical health, but it's undoubtedly alive, and it will certainly serve our purposes.
People wonder why the Thargoids are scooping up escape pods.
The specimen is highly resilient and seems to be able to withstand severe physical trauma, even to the point of losing limbs. I was reminded of pulling the legs of spiders as a child. Unfortunately, testing on a non-human means no legal red tape to slow things down. Tomorrow we will begin experimenting with chemical and biological weapons. These creatures may be tough, but we will find their weakness.
So, yeah, like I say about my theories about the Thargoids, let's put the shoe on the other foot. Imagine somebody was coming over from another country, taking your friends away and putting them under serious distress. What would your reaction be? I think when you put it under that way, the Thargoids are just, they've been too soft to a certain extent. Okay, now the interesting thing is for the next one, we don't actually have to go very far. Whoops, I'm gonna land on my head now. Oh, did I land on my own ship? And correct. Oh crap, hold on. That's not good. Oh. Well, that's bummed this up. I can't actually get out of this position I'm in now. Let's try a little bit of Nope, can't do it. Dagnammit. Oh, look at that. 500,000. Okay. So, I'm going to have to get rid of this thing and self-destruct it. While I'm doing that... Oh, what did I do? HIP 12099. Stations. 1 1 second, people. Just gonna HIP 12099. Go, and I'm looking for doesn't really matter which one. Okay, so I've only got to pop one place away and then I'll be able to grab it. I do, however, want to go into the system map. What's the non-horizons? Ah, okay, yeah, no, it's okay. I need to teach myself a lesson sometimes anyway. I'm just going to bookmark, not that one. But thanks, yeah, good up, Simon, yeah. Not that one, this one. Okay, I'll bookmark that and come back to it in a moment, so. So, I've scanned that now. What the hell is stack? I'm supposing that's where I've just been. It's called stack, okay. So, galaxy map. Let's just go grab this other thing here. Exit. Is it jumpable? No. Mind. Point right up. Go this vector.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You know, sometimes you make mistakes. That's not it's not a big deal. It happens every now and again. So I'm going to go to Blair Station, apparently, in this next system, and that's where I'm going to grab my my planetary vehicles. I'm going to actually get a bit more light on this one. I don't want too much. That's too much glare, isn't it? Can't win with this bloody thing. I forgot about the non-horizon escape method as well. It means logging totally out, doesn't it? It's not. Yeah, I've got the money. I think it's only one jump anyway, so.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2.
So, people, if you're enjoying the stream, please drop a like. So we can get a few more people here. Right, I can't remember where I'm going to now. The name will come to me. Blair Station, that's the one. Oh, hang on, we got a USS there. Just in case it's a Thargoid. I do get excited for Thargoids. It is in a... wait. No, degraded emissions, never mind. I think the time with the... messing around with the Thargoids has disappeared, I think. So while I dock at this station, I'm going to make myself a quick cup of coffee while it's in docking mode, and then we can get onto this next part, which is a shame I couldn't just continue it on there, because it was kind of a bit of a continuation of the bit we've just discovered, I think, so I was kind of looking forward to that, but never mind. We'll get to it all eventually. Another good looking planet. Gone is the beige. Now it's the 50 Shades of Beige. I'd say they look way better than they used to, though, to be honest. Way better. It's a slightly different looking station.
Docking request granted.
I don't think I've seen this type of station before. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen this type of station before. Oh, maybe it's just... no, it's not the angle, it's... I don't know. Are we coming into land right next to each other? That's so cool. I've never had a kind of... He's pulling the same manoeuvres as me, that is brilliant. Synchronized landing. Okay, so we'll fit the scarab in. I think you'll find it isn't. Oh crap, Ola. Oh well, there is a way to fix this. It's obviously there must be some type of bug. That is so strange, because it definitely isn't there. Because it told me. So, right, there is a way around this. Just to sell it. And then buy another one. Isn't the most cost-effective way to do it, but it'll work nonetheless. Okay. So, still an outfit in E.D.I.S.O.N. Go down to livery. Scarab.
Greetings, Commander.
Okay, right. Just get that bookmark up. Is it that one? Can't bloody remember now. Or is it that one? It's that one, isn't it? Because that's where I've come from. Okay, realistic. Okay, just give me a couple of moments while I make a quick cup of coffee. Be back in a moment. Well, let's go in. Have I missed anything?
Engines engaged.
We need more boost.
Frameshift drive charging.
More boost. So if you've just joined the stream, welcome in. Drop by on the chat channel and say hello. If you like the video today, please... Why has that stopped? Oh crap. Because I'm an idiot. If you like the video, please press the like button. And if you really like it, click that subscribe button.
Frameshift drive charging.
And try that one again, Victor.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1. Frameshift drive charging.
Just putting my final bits into the E.D.I.S.O.N program. I'm still flying. So this one is really small, actually, 576 kilometers, which means it's going to make finding the landing spot much easier. Select the planet, and off we go. No, you can't come up, son. Ah, crap, I'm going to overshoot it now. Actually, no, I don't need to overshoot it. I can just point away from the planet. And then pull back up. We should be alright. Maybe going a bit too fast here. Slow up the approach a little bit. Let's hope we don't end up on the dark side of the planet. I don't mind the dark side of the planet, it's just not as easy to look at. Okay, so here we go.
Turn right heading to 37. Distance to target 1357 kilometers.
Orbital flight engaged.
Distance to target 1258 kilometers.
I probably managed to get to the bloody longest point to it.
To target 1041 kilometers. Turn left heading to 40. Distance to target 773 kilometers. Turn left heading to 40. Distance to target 486 kilometers. Distance to target 341 kilometers. Distance to target 244 kilometers.
I don't know, like the prime distance you should be before you start that descent. I'm assuming around 100 kilometers is a good point. The reason, well, it's saying I can do it now, so I want to go to 33. 33. Just go a little bit to the right. There you go. Drop it a bit down to 33 again. Mm, 237. Now the thing about this one is I don't know exactly what I'm looking for. This is a difficult one, this one, but there it is, I think. I can't be sure, but it looks like it spawned right in front of me. There's something different about the ground in front of me here. Yep, there's definitely something there. I mean, that was pretty cool, that dropping. That was pretty much spot on where I had to be. There's some lights flashing I can see. I honestly don't know what I'm looking for down here, if I'm totally honest with you. Could be a base of some type. Hang on, it's not a ship, is it? Oh wow, yeah, this is a ship. What type of ship is that? Is that a hauler? Okay, there's some. Oh, hang on! I've forgotten his name. The commander from the other game, isn't that who went against the Thargoids in the hauler and was told to get rid of him or whatever? Let's find a decent landing spot. We'll pop over here. This looks a bit flatter. Up, back we go. Alright, so we just need to twist ourselves a little bit, get the alignment better. Come on. It's a good landing spot a moment ago. Hang on, let's spin him around a little bit. Where is that crash site? Okay. There you go. It's telling me to slow down. I'm not slowing down. Right, okay. It's the other way, isn't it? Oh, what's it doing here? Piss off. It's telling me the alignment's fine, and then it's just as I'm about to touch down, maybe move a little bit to the right to facilitate it. Oh, okay. Looks like that's what it could be. I don't know, is it an MK3 though? That's it, Commander Jameson, that's all we were talking about yesterday. He was going to take the fall for everything, and they were going to get rid of him, basically, so that they could... there was no kind of evidence. So I'll just yep, that's what it looks like. It's the MK3 and it says JJ, so is that the comms control I scanned before, or is that a different one? Nope, that's a different one. So we got all links established. The hell is that? There's something over there. Anyway, let's have a quick perusal of this. I go into the so you can see it is the MK3. His ship's taken a bit of a battering, I'm guessing. Look, it's missing. Oh no, it's not missing, it's under the rocks. It's definitely got some corrosion on there. I think that could be just weathered corrosion. I don't think it's anything from Thargoids, but that one might either be from a hit or from Thargoid corrosion. What I'm looking at is that. I don't know what that is, but oh, it's just a canister. Don't understand why it's lit up though. So let's see what we got out of that. Ah, there's a couple missing though. There's a couple missing, so yeah, highly concentrated mycoid pathway detected, searching pilot commander Jameson. Okay, let's see if we can find these other comms control, more of them, okay. I'll explain that one. Oops. What is that one? Chemical waste. Chemical waste. Try that one. I don't know if I've actually already scanned that one, but obviously not. So is that all? I think that's all of them now. No, one more. No, there they go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Hey there, kiddo. Now, I know I said I'd be coming home soon, but they've asked me to do something important. And I couldn't say no. I wanted to be there, believe me, but sometimes you have to make sacrifices. And well, this is one of those times. I don't know if that makes much sense to you, but maybe it will do when you're older. Anyway, I thought I'd send you this log. I know it's not the same as being there in person, but it's the best I could do. I'm sorry. I'm not really supposed to talk about my mission, but if I'm going to miss your birthday, the least I could do is give you a good story. Consider yourself sworn to secrecy, soldier, okay? I'm sitting in the cockpit, waiting for the old clear. They want to tinker with her for a while first, but they don't seem to have done any harm. All systems online, everything's looking good. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't feeling just a little jittery. You know, I've fought bugs before, sure, but never more than one at a time. Flying up to one of their hive ships, well, that's a whole different story. Hell, I don't even know what I'm carrying. Classified, they said. All I know is it's designed to target the bug's hyperdrive so they won't be able to leave the system. Of course, if it doesn't work, I'm just kicking the hornet's nest. And that's why I've set my nav system to jump out as soon as I've deployed the payload. You know, can't be too careful. Wish me luck.
Interesting. Okay. So he had his own little plan as well, by the sounds of it.
That was almost too easy. Thread my way past the perimeter, mass base signature so I'd get close to the superstructure. I tell you, I've never seen a hive ship up close before. Doubt many people have. It was amazing, kiddo. Beautiful, really. Makes you realize just how smart they are, how advanced. I admit it. I hesitated for a moment before I hit the button. I had to remind myself it wasn't them I was attacking, just their technology. As if this microbe virus of theirs even works. Oh, man. I watched the payload rocket into the belly of their ship and stuck around just long enough to make sure it hit home. Then I punched the throttle. Whoa! Whew! I'm coming home, kiddo. I'm coming home. It was supposed to target the hyperdrives. That's what they told me, just the hyperdrives, so we'd be safe again. So we could live without fear. Well, it did a hell of a lot more than that. There were sensors on the payload so I could monitor the reaction and make sure it activated properly. I'm staring at the data now. The weapon is lethal. They knew what it could do. They knew what it could do, and they used it anyway. How many have we killed? Thousands? Millions? God forgive us.
I'm telling you, this is not how we are perceiving it. It's absolutely not.
Got myself a bit of a situation here, kiddo. My guess is that they installed a program in my ship and set it to trigger after I deployed the payload. All my systems are dead. The controls are out. Can't even access the escape pod. And the ship is on a collision course. And there is nothing I can do about it. We need to inspect your ship, Commander! How did I fall for a ruse like that? Oh, God. I'm at least partly to blame. Gotten old, careless. I should have quit years ago. I guess I should have known they wouldn't be coming back. And the bugs are dangerous, no doubt about it. But, well, this is mass murder we're talking about. You can understand why they want to keep it a secret. I know some men wouldn't want to admit they've killed thousands of sentient beings. I guess the guys back at base think they're doing me a favor by burying me out here in the black. Personally, I'd rather people knew what happened, even if I didn't come out of it looking too good. I don't have much time. There's a big old plan in my viewport, and it's getting bigger in a second. People will talk about what I did after I'm gone, the missions I flew, the things I accomplished. There's something I want you to remember. No matter what they say, whatever garlands they hang on my name, whatever they write on my tombstone, you were my greatest achievement. I love you, son.
A commander was speaking to me the other night and had me almost believing it when he said, no, because I don't listen to all the... I haven't followed everything in the game, but he was saying, no, listen to me, we're not the aggressors, it's them. Now, I'm not believing it after all this stuff I've listened to. It feels to me like I.N.R.A. want a non-stop war with somebody to make money and to kill, basically, because that's what those type of companies do. And everybody else who was involved in it realised that they were up to something more nefarious. And this is why the Thargoids are coming after us. There's no doubt about it. That's why they come back into the bubble. Maybe I.N.R.A. are still doing something, and they just want to kind of destroy I.N.R.A., not us, which would be why they're attacking stations but not destroying them. That's a kind of warning to keep out of the way. There's just something very, very fishy about it all. Very fishy. Right, so, is there another place that I have to go to, or is that all of them now? I think I might have just finished all of them. Oh no, there's one more. Oh, okay, this isn't an I.N.R.A. one, but gonna definitely go have a look at it. Like a glove. Right. You can actually get back in the ship. Sometimes when it lands in spots like this, it's actually quite difficult to get back in. But no, we've done that. Alright. Forward ship. So there's kind of this spot, but it's... Oh, this one's right on the Pleiades sector. I kind of wanted to go do something a bit different at the moment, so I might leave that till later. It's only 4 jumps actually, which is amazing in this ship, but I really need to go to Desiat to repin this bloody thing. So I'll head off there. 6 jumps. So I'm still trying to get my head around why everybody's sticking up for Inner and saying it's all down to the Thargoids. I don't know, there's just some... I don't know whether it's... Hey Joe, how's it going? Oh, you've come in a bit too late, you've kind of missed the best bit. I'm on a... I've got my silver hat on here. Tinfoil hat. I need to speak to Zoomski because he's all for Inner. I just think they are... completely corrupt, and they're the reasons that the Thargoids are coming after us. I don't think anybody's going to change my mind this time. Well, that was an interesting journey. I enjoyed that. That's this is one of the things where I think it needs to be made a bit easier for regular players, because doing that without the application that I had, doing it on PS4 for example, finding out all the information that leads to these tidbits, I don't know, it would take weeks upon weeks of work, which I think is a bit much to listen to a few recordings. But maybe that's just me. But it backs up my previous thoughts before I even came across the Inner stuff. I was always believing that we might just be treating Thargoids like we do anything we don't understand and whatnot. And I was saying last night about things like sharks in Australia and stuff like that when they go on a shark cull because one shark killed somebody who was swimming in the water. But, you know, it's their... We're the ones swimming through their kitchen. How are they supposed to understand? As humans, we always act as though the thing that hurts us is an aggressor towards us, whereas it's definitely not always like that. I need to start thinking what I'm going to do for tonight's stream now, really. I haven't been to a nebula in ages. Yeah, I mean, his knowledge is really impressive, that's the thing. And we did shoot first, and not only did we shoot first, is that everybody, from what I can listen to those tapes, everybody who was involved at the lower levels was saying that, you know, above them there was so much conspiracy going on, and they weren't being told the correct things. I.N.R.A. have basically assassinated people for humans in order to drive the Thargoid War, and that reminds me of situations like America's push into Iraq, you know, telling certain lies in order to make sure that they could do that. And across the history of war, there's always been fabrications to allow the aggressors, the people who want to be the aggressor, to go to war. And then don't forget that war as it is, and history is always written by the winners to make it seem like the others were the aggressor. Now, in certain situations, like maybe the Second World War, you've got a situation where actually the real story speaks for itself. But there's definitely a ton of other smaller wars which have gone on out there, or smaller conflicts, where certainly the winners who write themselves as the good guys were definitely the aggressors in the whole situation. So and like I say, the way the Thargoids act just tells me that they're after something. I think they're out to destroy I.N.R.A. I think they're going to leave everybody else alone, essentially, and go towards wherever I.N.R.A.'s main base is and attack them there. That would be my thoughts on the matter. The only reason I don't know is why they're tiptoeing through the Pleiades and up to the bubble, unless they're checking on something along the way. Hey, No Name, how's it going? There's a load of other bases actually I can check out as well on planetary surfaces, but I'm going to keep that list for the future. Nothing to do with I.N.R.A., all to do with other things. Hey, leave her alone. You've been rolling around. Doyle. Yeah, I'm alright. Just completed this run of I.N.R.A. bases, getting the backstory behind the original Thargoid War and the microid virus. It's been an interesting run. I've really enjoyed it, actually. I love when I'm finding out backstory and stuff like that. But I like doing it like that. Instead of just reading it on somebody else's webpage, I want to kind of find a list of, okay, go to here, here, and here, and the story will progress and whatnot. As opposed to going somewhere and having to work out what the Morse code of something means. But it is an RPG, so I guess I can understand why it works like that. Oh dear me! So what was I wanting on this one? Long range, I think. I think it was long range. Get it as long range as possible. Oops, a daisy. Bloody hate this thing. So I'm going to swing it around so that we can drop in on Grandma Farseer and see if she can do something with this. She can hem my scanner for me. Am I going too fast here? Maybe I was. I didn't think I was. Doesn't feel like I'm going too fast, but bloody thing, you never know. Oh yeah. Oh, that must have been nice. I hate kids, but I teach them. No, I don't hate them, but I can only take them in small doses. They're like little versions of me. I think that's the problem. I see too much of myself in them. But I have to admit that I love doing stuff with my students for Christmas and Easter and stuff like that. I love it. The part when they crap the pants or go on a hissy fit, no, I don't need to deal with that. Got enough stress in my life. I have to pay bills. Okay, so here we are at Grandma Farseer's. Hopefully she got a cup of tea and some biscuits on the go. The hell is this ship doing here?
Landing gear deployed.
It could be, yeah. No, I actually teach all ages, but yeah, you can mix in anything at any level.
Your arrival has been noted.
Right, why can't I do the experimental effect now? Oh, maybe I've actually got it. Oh, maybe Have I got... I don't remember having a long range scanner on this, I'm going to be honest with you, but at least I can pin the blueprint for other ships and give them a bit of a boost. So engines, I'm guessing all my thrusters are up to their best. Got plenty of stuff for doing this actually, which is nice. For the drive strengthening and stuff anyway. And I think the drives are only number 3, so that's maybe something I could look into. The sensors long range scan. I don't know. I don't know whether. Don't know whether that's even worth doing, to be honest. Got the overcharged power plant, but I can only do level 1 anyway on that one, so. Okay. Yeah, definitely. You can give them back. So just hype them up on chocolate and then give them back. See ya. Wouldn't want to be here. Okay, well, I've got a fair amount of money in Intel packages, so that's alright. That's paid off. Right, so, what was I going to do now? I did have a plan. I've totally forgotten it. Just have a quick look. Right, okay, so I'm gonna stop just to have a bite to eat, and then I'm gonna be streaming in a short while, but I'm not gonna be streaming Elite. But come along and have a look, anyway, and see what you think. Probably in about a half hour or so, and then later on tonight I'll be back streaming Elite. Gonna do a trip to somewhere, so if anybody's interested in that, on the PC you can add me as Swifty78. And we'll later on in the evening we'll be visiting somewhere and seeing something. So, yeah, that should be good fun too. So, for the moment, I'll say goodbye. But as I said, I'll be back in around half an hour, and we'll see what I'm streaming then. 9/7.